Welcome. In this session, we will explore how Cloudera Public Cloud utilizes AWS CloudFormation templates to streamline identity management and resource provisioning. We will focus on automating the creation of secure IAM roles and network prerequisites required for a robust Cloudera environment. Let's begin with the concept. CloudFormation templates are JSON or YAML files that describe the AWS resources Cloudera needs to operate in your account. Instead of manually clicking through the AWS console to create roles, policies, and VPCs, you use these templates to provision everything consistently. We use them primarily to establish the identity layer, specifically the IAM roles that allow the Cloudera control plane to communicate securely with your AWS account. This automation is critical for ensuring that all permissions are correctly configured before you even attempt to register an environment. In this diagram, we see the flow of provisioning. Cloudera provides the source CloudFormation template, often as a JSON file. When deployed, this single file defines multiple resource types: IAM roles for identity, policies for permissions, and network components like VPCs. This ensures a standardized foundation for your cloud environment. The most important identity you will provision is the cross-account access role. This is the keys to the kingdom that allows Cloudera's management plane to build clusters in your VPC. The CloudFormation template handles the heavy lifting here. It defines the IAM policy with precise permissions, allowing necessary actions like creating EC2 instances and, crucially, sets up the trust relationship. This trust relationship explicitly lists Cloudera's AWS account as a trusted entity, enabling the secure assume role handshake required for operations. This sequence shows the identity lifecycle. First, the CloudFormation stack creates the role and attaches policies. Second, it configures the trust relationship. Once established, the Cloudera control plane can call the AWS SDS service to assume this role. The role validates the trust and returns temporary credentials, allowing Cloudera to perform authorized actions in your account. Beyond the basic environment role, specific services like Cloudera Data Engineering (CDE) have their own identity requirements. CDE runs on Amazon EKS and needs specialized roles. We use a specific CloudFormation template, often named Compute Pre-Created Roles and Instance Profile, to generate these. This template automatically provisions the CDPX master role for the EKS control plane and the CDP Lift instance profile for the worker nodes. Manually configuring the trust relationships for EKS is error-prone. The template guarantees the instance profile is correctly associated with the node role. Here we visualize the CDE identity stack. The CloudFormation template deploys the compute roles stack. This stack produces two distinct outputs: the master role for the EKS control plane and the instance profile for the worker nodes. This separation of duties is essential for the security and function of the Kubernetes-based data engineering service. When you deploy these templates, you aren't stuck with defaults. You configure the identity context using parameters. For instance, in the CDE identity template, you must define the telemetry logging bucket parameter to specify where service logs are stored. You can also toggle telemetry logging enabled to true or false. Crucially, for security compliance, if your buckets use customer-managed encryption, you must provide the telemetry KMS key ARN. This allows the created roles to have permission to decrypt and write to your secure buckets. This flowchart shows how parameters influence the final identity. User input feeds into the template parameters. The template logic checks if a KMS key ARN was provided. If yes, it adds a specific KMS policy to the role allowing decryption. If no, it falls back to the default S3 policy. Both paths result in the final IAM role, tailored to your specific security requirements. How do you execute this? You start in the AWS CloudFormation console. You select Create Stack and upload the template file you downloaded from Cloudera documentation. During the review step, you will encounter a critical checkbox, acknowledging capability named IAM. This is AWS's way of confirming you understand that this script creates IAM roles with specific names, which could potentially escalate privileges. You must check this box to proceed. Finally, give your stack a clear name so you can identify it later. Follow the deployment path. After uploading the template and specifying parameters, you reach the review stage. The decision diamond highlights the capabilities check. You must explicitly acknowledge the IAM capabilities. If unchecked, the process blocks. If checked, AWS proceeds to create stack and begins provisioning resources. For organizations with strict security mandates, the default power user style roles might be too broad. You can modify the CloudFormation templates to apply restricted policies. This involves editing the JSON to add condition keys. For example, you can restrict the EC2 terminate instances action so it only works if the resource has a tag starting with CRN, CDP. This ensures that the Cloudera role can only manage resources it created itself, significantly reducing the blast radius of the identity. This diagram illustrates the hardening process. We start with the standard policy. We edit the JSON to insert a condition block. Specifically, we add a string-like condition requiring the CRN, CDP tag. This transforms the identity into a restricted role, resulting in a limited blast radius for your security architecture. The final step is connecting the dots. Once your CloudFormation stack status changes to create complete, navigate to the Outputs tab in the AWS console. Here you will find the specific ARNs for the roles and instance profiles you just created, such as the node instance role ARN. You must copy these values and paste them into the Cloudera management console during the environment registration process. Cloudera will verify it can assume these roles. If the CloudFormation template ran correctly, this validation will pass and you are ready to deploy. The workflow completes here. When the stack is complete, go to the Outputs tab. Copy the role ARN provided there. Navigate to the CDP console and paste the credential into the registration form. The system performs a validation check. Upon passing, your environment is ready for workloads.
Welcome to quicktechie.com. So just type in quicktechie.com here. Then you can go through the material which is provided by Quicktechie. So we have first of all video courses which you can go here and you can find the various video courses across the technologies as well as finance domain. So if you see in Microsoft, we have 8 programs currently running. Next, you can go through the ebooks available. So all the ebooks which are in PDF format today, and you can download this. So let me go through Microsoft certification ebooks. You can click on any of this and you can see this is the PDF available for you to download. So these are the premium ebook mostly available on quicktechie.com platform only. Now the second part is exam simulator. As we primarily focus on the all technology companies and finance domain certification preparation material, so this is company wide listed here and you can go through this. So let me go through the Microsoft one again. You can see this is all Microsoft related certification. AB 730 exam, if you open it, so you can see here this, and all the practice papers are available here. Today we have a 5 practice paper. So click on the first practice paper, it would load the questions. You can answer this question. This is way you can answer it and you can move to the next question. Now third material we wanted to highlight is an audiobook. So we started recently with the audiobooks as well, which you can listen on the go, and various technology wise ebooks are available. And at the last, this is our alumni. These people who are subscribing to our courses and this platform, they are all listed here. And at the end, I wanted to tell you, if you find any course or training or certification preparation material which you want to get us prepare for yourself, please put on the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, on Udemy, or on this platform itself, quicktechie.com, then please put the comment, or you can even send an email to using this contact us options here. You can directly do the WhatsApp message. You can call us on this numbers as well.